For the people, for the land. Hello, everybody. It is I, your favorite Hololive clipper, even though I'm not, but let's just pretend that I am for a second, just to inflate my ego. Anyways, we're going to be playing some Genshin Impact today. Hope you're all doing amazingly. Hold up, I gotta mute that so it doesn't echo. And yeah, it's good to see you guys. It's good to have you guys here. I hope we have a good time today. So I'll be doing the Serenitea quest because I only just started playing in Genshin Impact and I'm severely underleveled. I haven't done all the Archon quests yet, so I need to quickly grind those out so that I can get to Inazuma so I could show you guys some Inazuma content. Without further ado, I believe let's unmute the game. There we go, there we go, there we go. Give me a sec. Hey!
While the Millilith stands guard, evil shall never prevail.
You are right, good sir. I'm gonna turn that up.
I can't decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs.
I would not know. I've never eaten a pyro slime before. But, oh, we have to do our commissions as well. Not done this before. We're just gonna take it nice and slow. Today's a chill stream. Very chill. Madame Ping, how are you today?
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Well, thank you.
Oh, what is
So
it,
nice.
Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Lea Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
Oh.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it.
Okay.
When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds.
That's right.
That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
What is subspace creation, Madam Ping? What is that? I would love to know.
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
One would imagine.
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power.
You're right.
But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Yeah.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there.
Ooh.
But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
You hit the nail on the head with that one, Paimon.
Maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny.
I reckon I would be.
Oh, I don't believe we've met.
It's Yanfei, the
allow
meme
me
lady.
to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who
Emergency
hasn't?
food, you mean?
Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui.
Makes it sound a
Before
lot more
finally
epic than it
defeating
actually
an
was.
ancient god together with Granny and her associates,
I mean, that
and
was pretty epic.
subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you.
Yeah, that would have
Allow
been
me to
true.
introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
Ah, very cool.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to
No.
excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Hey, it sounds like me. I have to talk constantly for a living, so...
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
It sounds like a happy
Well,
story.
my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently.
I'm sure this is explained in
Anyway,
the law.
let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for smaragdus jadeite. I couldn't find any at all. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation
I
either.
bet you I can find a way in.
Looks
I'm
like the
master
Ministry of Civil
slipping
Affairs
small
is serious about
cracks.
keeping it strictly locked down.
Is that so? but Smaragdus jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
You're so
I know,
nice.
Granny, you've told me
Granny.
1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement.
We're gonna steal it.
Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
It's a large
That's a
catalyst.
really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Yes.
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him.
Hairpins.
With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus jadeite, or
Okay.
might have an idea of where we can find some.
Okay, hold up. Did I just hear this woman correctly? Hairpins. Of all things. He's using them for hairpins. I am lost for words. Never mind. We're moving on. It's fine. Come with you.
Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem. But
Yeah, I'd
it's
love to
best
go
if you
and
just stand
tear
by
into
and
this
watch.
guy for
If you
using
try to get involved,
Smaragdus jadeite
you'll only
to
risk
make
placing
fucking
yourself in
hairpins.
legal jeopardy.
Jeez.
Wow, an Adeptus
That's
imploring
funny.
us to avoid incurring legal liability. That's a first for sure.
Yep.
Best we be a little
Indeed.
more careful than usual while we're with her.
Imagine being careful. Just kidding. Alright, Crossel. Let's find this man and his hairpins. I'm gonna take the silk flower while I'm at it. It's hard to find silk flower these days. Crossel. I've met this guy before, I feel like. Yeah, you definitely have. Hello. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao.
Jichao.
If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't
Sounds like he
Smaragdus
began to say
jadeite
someone
really
else's
rare?
name and
Aren't
then
you
like
worried about the
switched
hairpins
over.
getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Ms. Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value.
Makes sense.
In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossel. We'll be off now.
Thank you, Crossel. So nice and helpful of you. Oh, wow. Now, I did read in the patch notes that they fixed Mona's sprint, so it's now more... Oh, that's much better. It's much better. That's way more smooth. I love it. That's clunky. Hello.
Oh,
ma'am.
whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
the hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Oh dear.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice. My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me.
How did you lose
But
them
now
then?
that
If it's
I've
so
lost the
important to you.
hairpins, what will I do?
Pay the original price.
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Yeah, I was getting that too, Paimon.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back
Breaking
from
a bit
them
of the
yet.
fourth wall there.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Jichao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jichao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over.
Let's.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Sounds like a convenient place. I would say that looks pretty convenient, seeing as it's marked on the map. In my direct field of view. Didn't exactly do that correctly.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
You owe all of it.
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found...
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossell's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
No, because he'd deny it.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
Capable hands.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away.
That is good to
I
hear.
don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
I would love to
Miss
investigate
Yunfei,
some things.
I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Mr. Chateau over there. Oh, I forgot there was a thing there. Whoops. Hello, Chateau.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter?
Oh, this guy sounds so weird.
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
That's a bit sus,
No,
Chateau.
nothing of the sort.
It's a bit
Has
sus.
a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say?
Yes, that's what she said.
I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later.
Loose shavings?
They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Look at the debris. Oh, they're over here. Observe. Why is Paimon so annoying? Really good
If
question.
my eyes don't deceive me,
Paimon is pretty annoying,
cross-sections
but
and
you know.
patterning suggests that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Smaragdus, Nephrite. Yeah, Paimon's pretty annoying at times, but that's why she's emergency food.
Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give Elemental Sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
Not a trace.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer,
flex.
but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of, and I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Bring him back to Chateau. Smaragdus nephrite. Chateau, my boy.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
No.
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Why
Then
does
I
this guy
have no
have
further
such
questions.
a weird voice, dude?
But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why
course.
you need them?
Jeez, this
Oh,
guy.
I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit.
I don't know.
This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling.
Compelling.
If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think.
I know one of them.
Jewelry. Nope.
Set to the
Got
jewelry
it.
shop.
Sinxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Okay.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
She has
Because
a
lots of
codex.
people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us.
Oh,
But the amendments
shit.
made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because
Nice
I've
shots
memorized
here.
all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out, oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Yes, but you have
Again,
must have
with
an
that
extremely
casual
large
tone.
noggin to remember all
Well,
of it.
that's that then. Let's go look for Sinxi.
Let's. I am in support of this proposition. All right.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell. Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no?
Yes.
Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself. The item is the inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite.
Thank you, Singxi. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume some...
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Oh, lovely. Talk to Baizu. Well then, let's go ahead and talk to Baizu, huh? Chi-Chi's drugstore. Baizu.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
Yes.
And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises.
How does he
The
know that off
7
the top
Mountain
of his head?
Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever get worse.
Very sad.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to the Snezhnayan merchant?
Don't ask questions, Baizu.
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
Hold up.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
You're
Dr.
absolutely right,
Baiju's
Paimon.
always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Indeed. Hello there.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please.
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
Again?
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Number
Hard
2.
evidence. Something legally binding.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
You know, you could be right.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigation.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Sir Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
He's seriously intimidating right now. It's like...
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too.
Oh, poor Crossell.
I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Chichao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make
didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Croso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite!
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Chow, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go, but whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Hey, we just started a new business contract.
Well,
By
that's
accident.
that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
I would imagine so. Smaragdus Jadeite. Hello there, Madame Ping. How are you? Hold up. Stop going up onto the desk, will you? There we go. There we go!
Ah,
Lads and
you've
lassies.
returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, thanks to Yanfei.
Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well,
Lovely.
if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
Of course not.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come
Cool.
now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change.
True words.
Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
Madame Ping begins to construct the gift. Look at
There
that.
we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now.
Ooh.
Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Thank you, Granny.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Lovely. We finally did it, lads and lasses. It's miraculous teapot. Known as the... Oh, okay. Hey, we got it! Hey! Hey! We did it! Let's go! Finally! Lovely, lovely. I know how to open my inventory. Enter the Serenity Pot. Alright, I'm gonna search something real quick, see which realm is the best. I will get back to you. Give me but 1 second. Why is my PC audio not working? Hold up. Never mind. I'll see you momentarily. Ah. Alright, I believe we should be back. Alright. Well, I believe everything is in order. Yes. Alright. Yep. It is indeed. Alright. We're doing the floating abodes. I love that. Confirm. Whoa, look at that animation though. Look at the animation though. I'm liking it. Oh.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, too!
I love this.
Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway, you do it!
You're the one who can flow to do shit
Still,
with magic.
why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh,
Expand.
wait a second. What is that?
Can we just take a moment to appreciate? I'm gonna take some photos. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. More than one thing. Alright. Let's talk.
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
It is.
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me...
What may I call you?
Hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again?
Can I name you? Is that a thing?
Call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
So you're the little helper Madame Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night.
So what's a teapot spirit exactly, Tubby?
Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow
Like
me
a
to
Finch
explain
butler
this
in
realm
my
to you.
in my teapot.
Have
Very
you
nice.
any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like.
Yeah, I got a
As
couple.
long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the teapot, didn't she? Let's take them out and have a look.
I also have a couple from the event.
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Very cool.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
Yeah, but I like the
I got
serene.
it. A golden-eyed Adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that Adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around.
best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
Well, thank you, Tubby. After using and summoning the Serenity Pot, travelers can interact with it and enter the abode within. Travelers can also use and summon the pot while they are within its confines. Interacting with the Serenity Pot in the state will allow travelers to leave it. Travelers can also directly open the map interface and fast travel to any of the teleport waypoints to immediately leave the Serenity Pot. Talk to Teapot Spirit inside the Serenity Pot to learn about and manage all manner of Teapot-related affairs. You can create all kinds of items from the creation screen. Very cool. Materials used to create items can be gathered all around the world. After obtaining a furnishing, use the place function to put it in a position. Mona, you good there? Place furnishings to increase the adeptal energy rank of your Serenity Pot. As your adeptal energy rank increases, realm currency will accumulate at a faster rate. Curious. Spend realm currency in the realm depot to purchase various items. Once in a while, a teapot traveling salesman will visit your abode. There's a chance that he will bring some rare treasures with them. I like rare treasures. If you acquire the blueprint for a furnishing set, you can place furnishings by batch. You can still make adjustments to individual furnishings when batch placing them. Alright, cool. I have a new quest. Talk to Tubby, okay? Hey, Tubby. You arrived quickly. Good, good. Yeah, I never left, actually. What's up? I can give you a little gift. I do not know if I told you before, but these abodes are private spaces created by the Adepti for themselves. Most Adepti will use certain methods to seal their abode away from the rest of the world to ensure its purity and avoid being disturbed. I wouldn't want to be disturbed here either. I would just like to lay in the grass all day. Afterward, Adepti would create a realm dispatch for those they wish to invite to their abode. This realm dispatch bears signatures of the abode's adeptal energy and that of the adeptus themselves. As such, anyone who has this dispatch can enter or exit the abode freely. Before this, the abode was an incomplete embryonic state. Those whom you invited into it would only have been able to enter and exit together with you, rather than remain for long periods. But now, well, take this realm dispatch that I've created for you and hold it in your hands. Tightly now. What should I do next? Don't worry, you need only hold this dispatch, and it will draw some of your energy out and into it. Ah yes, I heard Ping mention that you have made friends in a great many places. As such, I suspect that were we to distribute one dispatch to each one of them, we would be here making dispatches for a long time. As such, I've made some modifications to this dispatch. All you need to do is tap the palm of the person you'd like to invite lightly with the dispatch, and your energy signature will remain on them, allowing them to enter and leave your realm with ease. Ah, it's almost like marking, isn't it? Well, sort of. But why did you have to put it so weirdly? I don't know. In-game dialogue, Tubby. Well, there is the realm dispatch. Go forth and invite whoever you wish. It seems that this place should become lively quite soon. I hope. That would be nice. I now just got a realm dispatch. That's pretty cool. Let's just appreciate this for a minute. Am I able to go on here? I am. Just look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Hold up. Hold up. Access the placement screen. Select placement button. Okay. Travelers, please ensure that you follow our terms of service while you use the creation of content that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, ethnicity, government, or region. Bullying or insulting of travelers or groups of travelers. Any other content or behavior that violates the terms of service. Has that been a problem? You have to restrict your use of the game's services if you do not follow these rules. This may include suspension, restriction, or a permanent ban on the use of Serenity Pod, forced disconnection, login suspension, or account forfeiture. At the same time, you are welcome to use the report function to send feedback to us should you encounter the aforementioned situations. Accept. Oh! That's pretty neat. Building. I believe we have... How do we place? That's how we place. Where should we put this? I want to put it far away from the house so I have space to put like a garden or something. Main building, we have that one. Okay. Save changes. Alright, now we have a thing over there. Takes a while to get to, but it's worth it. I want to put like a garden or something. Forge. Hey, I got my own forge. That's pretty cool. Wind catcher. You need hurricane seeds. I haven't fought any hypostases lately. Okay, that's cool. I believe I have some... trees. I haven't entered the mansion. Seems like there's a lot to do here. Interesting. I have some things in my inventory to learn. Make fruit stands. Also have some fates and stuff. Shrine of Depths keys. Still have a hunting trap for some reason. That's pretty cool. I guess we should enter the mansion now, shouldn't we? Actually, you know what? I might move this. Might move it. You know what? It's fine where it is. It's fine where it is. It's fine. Like I have a nice, calm, serene area to go now. Enter the mansion! Let's see what's in this lovely mansion of ours. Probably a whole lot of nothing. Yep, that's what it looks like. Placing furnishings, please wait. Looks like we've got a room here, we've got a room here. Okay, I see you. Looks like it's similar there. We got one over here. Okay. Very cool. We go upstairs. It's very clean and tidy. I do like the upstairs. I'm gonna need to look at some videos for some inspiration on how to lay some stuff out here. It's not that I don't have inspiration, it's just I got too much of it. I don't know which one to choose. Whoa. I assume it's the same on the opposite side. Oh, very nice. Just entered the mansion, wine o'clock. How do we construct furnishings again? Remind me. That's how we construct furnishings. Decoration. What do we have for decoration? That's just current stuff. Okay, large furnishing. We have a table. It's not that big. It's kind of small, but it's a start. Just checking if it's even. If it's even a little bit off center, my brain is going to explode, so. It's not much, but it's a start. It's a start. I could place companions in here. That's pretty neat. Who would I place in here, though? More important thing is, can they come out if I need them to? We're gonna exit, we'll see if there's anything we can place at the outside. If not, then it might be the end of the stream for today. It's beautiful. I'm gonna take so many pictures here. Alright. See if there's anything else we can... We have some trees we can place. Alright, so I got some trees now. I got some trees going on. Liking the looks of it. What do you got to say, Tubby?
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've materialized enough rooms and furniture through subspace creation, it will feel just like home.
I'm sure it will. Trust rank. How much do you trust me? Ooh, I like primogems. Also got, what is this? Multi-arch Mondstadt building! Aha! I like that. Vial of Deptal Speed. Seal some... Would immediately complete a furnishing when used. Okay. Very nice. What furnishings can I create? Can make fruit stands and stuff. An entrance rug. I would love to create an entrance rug. A pile of whatever those. Put some of them. How long will this take? 15 hours, okay. Might as well do that one while we're at it. Oh, can I do one? Okay. Nice. I got some fabric. I would be able to do that stuff if I had enough wood. Realm Depot. Okay. Okay. You can use that to buy stuff. Subspace waypoint. Travel from place to place in your realm, but how? Ooh, silk. Yes, this is how it grow. This is how it grows stuff. Lotus, radish, carrot, Jueyun, chili. I'm gonna have the most awesome garden, dude. Alright. For garden pass, path of value, orderly meadow. Probably get that. Furnishing blueprints, yada yada yada. It's a lot of... I want to get a long table. I've already got one of them. Potted plants. Looks like there's a lot of stuff to do here. Oh, floral screens and stuff. Curtains. I would love some curtains. Curtains seem cool. Okay. Tell me about yourself. Goodbye.
If you ever have any questions about the realm within...
If I ever have any questions, well, thank you. Vial of Adeptal Speed, Multi-Arch Mondstadt Building, Fabric, and I got some Fremo gems, so... A table and chair set often used during gatherings. The candle stand is... I would love to learn that. Making multi-arch Mondstadt building. After using this item, you can view it in the creation screen. Nice. Okay, anything else? Do that. How do we process dye? Sunset stone, scorched stone, we got some stones. Calligraphy table, chairs? Let's make some chairs, heck yeah. There's big content here, by the way. Chair making simulator, whoa. We can add some chairs to this lonely looking table right here. Yeah, I do have an indoor set now, don't I? Missing components, what is that? Okay. Oh, there's only blueprints? Oh, that's unfortunate. Let me... Oh, Leave Estate. Exquisite mansion. Stairs, doors, 8-sided lantern. Oh my gosh, checkered cedar ceilings. Will ya look at that scorched stone?
Is there time for a quick snack?
We
I'll
got
whip
some
one
more
up in no time.
trees. Exquisite mansions. Exquisite. Are we in a regular mansion or an exquisite mansion right now? Is what I want to know. So we need to craft all this stuff. Okay. I see. Need to learn all that stuff. Well, it looks like this table is gonna be lonely for now, but it's fine. Actually, I should probably put a desk in one of the... I should have one of these rooms be my study or something like that, shouldn't I? That's probably smart. This is too big to be a study. Maybe small and cramped so that I feel uncomfortable. What companions would I place in here? Zingshu? I don't even know what... I don't know if you could still access them for, like... use and whatever. However, I am interested in something here. That's the... Is that a regular mansion or an exquisite? I don't know. I'm learning so much. Landform. I can place rocks. How big are the rocks? They're pretty big. Need more trees, and then I gotta put the rocks in between. a couple trees. Yeah, that's current. Just gonna scatter these things around, you know. Put one or two over here. Now I got some rocks scattered around. That one looks a bit out of the blue though. I move the stuff that I've already placed.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
How do I move the stuff? Confused. Okay, I've got a forge. Hello, Tubby.
Maybe you're not used to the
Hold on, what was I doing? I was learning something, wasn't I? I'm so confused. Great furnishing, yeah. We've already got a creation. You know, that can wait. I have 10 of those, okay. Cancel. Canceling mid-creation will refund materials. What do I need for this? I need more of... birch wood. Windwhale High... Guess we're going to the Windwhale Highland. Blue dye. That's right, I could create dyes, can't I? I could make a fruit stand. I mean... effort, let's make some dye. $14 hours. Or we could learn it instantly. Get now. Yeah. Windwhale Highland.
If you ever have any questions...
Well, thank you. Where should we put this fruit stand? We have a fruit stand! Oh, it's very small. Maybe we should put it next to the thing here. We should put it right next to it. There we go, now I got a fruit stand next to the forge. And we've got a little town looking thing going on.
Now
Lovely little fruit stand. Love a little fruit stand. Fine enhancement ore. Mystic enhancement ore. Prototype ranker. I'm gonna wait till I unlock Inazuma. So I can get the blueprints from that. Process. Hey, I processed some dye. Look at that. I'm getting all of the things. Wish we could bridge over to other islands. That'd be pretty sick. I'm gonna take so many pictures because it's beautiful. Placing furnishings, please wait. You've been placing furnishings for a while now. Mr. Sir. Got some achievements. Oh. Oh, look at all the Prima gems! Wow, amazing. I love it. Realm Beyond, Series 1. Serenitea Pot to Integral Realm, and that's it, I believe. Nice! Very cool. Now, what is the next question with this, actually? Chapter 1, Act 5, Prelude.
I can't decide whether
How many acts are there in
tastes better
Chapter
than
1? I want to
salt
get to
and
Chapter
pepper
2,
or garlic
Act
and
1.
herbs.
The Immovable God and the something something something. I want to get rid of this one right here. This one right here, I want to get rid of it. Yeah, I can figure out how to do that later. Okay, that. Hey, look, where to get birch wood real quick.
If there's nothing better to do, we could go foraging for ingredients.
Where to get birch wood? I'll just get some birch wood.
Hello everyone, Johnny Hurricane here from GamersHeroes.com.
Hold up. I'm gonna mute this. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I found the location of the birch trees. Not these ones, the ones I can mine. Can I mine those? No. Anyways. Apparently you have left the Serenitea Pot and will return to your homeworld. My homeworld is the Serenitea Pot now, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, look at them birch trees! Look at that birch wood. Give me all the birch wood. Look, Teapot's beautiful and all, but Teapot's pretty nice as well. Back to the Teapot. Now that you talk about it. Or that I talk about it, you know. Hey, what do you know, I'm back. And ready to...
Maybe you're not used to the...
I'll get used to it, don't worry. Now let me build an entire building. And let me get it now, because I don't want to wait.
If you ever have any...
Thank you, Toby. Alright. Multi-arched Munster building. We have a big old building to place. Let's figure out where we're gonna place it.
Race you!
I reckon I'll place it over here. I don't know, man, looks a little out of place, but we can deal with it. The real question is, can you climb? Yes. I reckon it's coming together a little bit, you know? Yeah, it's kind of just out in the middle there. Probably could do with like a tree in front of it. We'll put a tree in front of it. See how it looks now. Yeah, it looks a little bit more natural. We're working on the look. Alrighty, lads and lassies. I reckon that will be the end of the stream for today. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. If you'd like to see more of this, please subscribe to me on YouTube. And love you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. We'll probably expand this a little more, do some stuff. I'm gonna keep grinding for Inazuma. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And yeah. See ya.